We thought of the name Malayan because one of the inspirations in the creation of the school was our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, the pride of the Malay race, who once walked this part of the country just a little over a century ago.
Our vision is to be a global staple of excellence in professional education and research.
MCL is the #1 private school in Calabarzon.
Our mission is to provide the learning environment that would transform our students into globally competitive professionals.
To produce social wealth from the generation of new talents.
Excellence, loyalty, teamwork, discipline, and urgency. These are our core values.
To me, MCL is home.
Malayan is not just the buildings, the grounds, nor the facilities. More so, it is the people who comprise the institution. The smile of a student when he realizes that he just learned something. The embrace of friends without whom one cannot live. The values we instill, excellence and virtue.
MCL is home.
MCL is home.
MCL is home.
I am Malayan.
I am Malayan.
I am
Malay.
I am Malayan.
I am Maria.
With the COVID-19 pandemic still at large, everything is at a standstill. As days turn into months of uncertainty, Filipinos throughout the country struggle to keep themselves afloat. In these trying times, we are called to come together as one, to thrive amidst the challenges that we face. Malayan College's Laguna is steadfast in its efforts to continue surpassing the limits brought about by the situation, dedicating ourselves anew to provide a safe learning environment that would transform our students into globally competitive professionals, even in the most trying of times. Malayan College's Laguna, lighting the way to surpassing the new normal.
All that is normal may have escaped our grasp, but there is one thing that we have held tightly onto: passion. Passion is what drives us forward beyond the borders of the pandemic. Passion is why we continue to serve you quality education, whether you are in the classroom or at home. Passion is why we are ready and why we are dedicated to helping you to be ready regardless of the circumstances. Our promise of excellence and virtue remains right here. When mentoring becomes life coaching, qualified mentors beyond the four walls of the classroom, nurturing in an online learning environment, Malayan College's Laguna, leading the way to surpassing the new normal. How do we deliver quality education amidst the pandemic? We make sure that you are equipped with online courses in the safety of your own home. Finding new solutions. Solutions that would help you study more and worry less during these challenging times. We believe that contributing new solutions can surpass all limits. One of the solutions is to go digital. Malayan Colleges Laguna, finding solutions to surpass the new normal.
Okay, so good morning to all our viewers and attendees. Welcome to another session of Viewpoints. My name is Hazel, with me is Miss Mia, together with Professor James Ronald Messina.
Good morning po.
Today is April 10, 2021, and we are here from Malayan Colleges, Laguna, Amapua School. So, kamusta po tayong lahat? Kamusta po yung mga viewers natin? Specifically, yung mga interested sa senior high school programs. And good morning also Hazel and Mia, who will be co-hosting the event for this morning. So ano ba yung ma-expect natin for our session this morning? We will be talking about the senior high school program. So naiintindihan po namin na maraming katanungan tungkol sa ano ba yung dapat na track o strand for senior high school na pwede kong pasukan for the next school year. So kahapon sa Facebook, Hazel and Mia, may nakita ko na post na ano ba ang gusto mong career pagka-graduate. So I think GMA7 posted that. And siguro yung ating mga participants this morning, nakita din yung post na yon. And I think that's very relevant as we talk about senior high school for today, na sana yung mga tanong ng mga parents, ng mga students ay ibuhos nyo lahat dito sa ating talakayan at sasagutin po namin yan later as we open the Q&A. Pero ngayon pa lang po, pwede na kayong mag-throw in ng mga questions since we want our discussion to be interactive. Definitely po from time to time, we will be answering your questions and concerns about SHS. Okay? So currently po, ang Laguna is still under ECQ and I'm pretty much sure na lahat po tayo ay nagdarasal na sana po ay hindi na ma-extend yung ECQ. Bagamat mahirap pa din po dahil yung mga frontliners po natin ay umaaray na dahil sa dami ng mga cases ng COVID-19. Kaya ito pong viewpoints na to ay nabuo in year 2020 because we want to surpass the limits of the new normal and we still want to reach out to our parents and prospective students in a virtual way. Kaya po nabuo itong Viewpoints, an online discussion for parents and new students. So in the next 1 to 1.5 hours, sana po ay magstay kayo at pipilitin po namin na masagot yung inyong mga katanungan about senior high school. Okay? So simulan na po natin yung ating discussion. So Mia and Hazel will be joining us as we go along with our talk for today about choosing the right track for senior high school. Yan. So, kung meron po kayong mga kilala na interesado sa senior high school, mas maganda po kung magiging interactive yung discussion natin. So, please feel free to share our page para po sila ay maka-join din sa ating discussion at sila po ay makapag-throw in din ng questions sa ating comment section. Yan. So we will be flashing the comments and we'll be answering them one by one. Yeah. So saan yung ating PowerPoint presentation? So this is Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School, Building Professionals. Okay, so yan po ang Malayan Colleges Laguna campus na makikita natin sa Cabuyao City. So lagi pong ang tanong ng aming mga stakeholders ay ano ba ang relationship ng MCL sa Mapua? Yan. So nakalagay po sa aming logo that Malayan Colleges Laguna is a Mapua school. And we are also a member of the Yuchenko group of companies. So we are strategically located in Cabuyao City at para po doon sa mga parents and mga students na nakarating na dito sa MCL, ay accessible po kami sa Cabuyao Exit. So we came into being as a school in year 2006 as part of the strategic development plan of Mapua University to establish a campus in the Southern Tagalog region. Okay? And for this year, we are in open admissions at Malayan Colleges Laguna. So, ito po yung relationship ng mga schools under Mapua. So, MCL is a wholly owned subsidiary of Mapua University, and we have another campus which opened in 2017. That's Malayan Colleges Mindanao in Davao City. Yan. So, meron na po tayong presence sa Luzon at sa Mindanao, and that's part of the strategic initiatives of Mapua University to basically boost its presence in the different parts of the country at maikalat din po yung kanyang expertise in the field of technical education, specifically engineering and IT programs. But for Malayan Colleges Laguna, we started our operations in 2007. And we are actually composed of 5 colleges and the senior high school, which was established in 2016 as part of the K-12 transition program, and siya po yung pinakabatang unit ng MCL sa ngayon, yung Malayan Colleges Laguna Senior High School. Okay? So, we're talking about open admissions earlier. So, I would like to turn over the discussion to Mia and Hazel to talk about open admissions. So, Hazel, ano ba yung open admissions and what's the reason why we are calling it open admissions for this school year?
Okay po. So yung open admissions po, so basically po that means na wini-waive po natin yung entrance examination for new students. So bakit po ba natin siya wini-waive? So we started the open admission nung academic year 2020 to 2021 up to the next academic year, yung padating pong school year, yung 2021 to 2022. So that is because gusto po natin mag-comply dun po sa ating situation right now. So since we are facing the pandemic, yung COVID-19 po, ayaw naman po natin i-risk yung bawat isa. Kaya naman po we are using po, or we are opening our doors po for the new students through the open admission. So ano po, bali pagka after po nila mag-enroll sa amin, we'll be running the post-enrollment na diagnostic test. So dito na lang po natin ngayon kukunin yung MCL baseline data to get their competency level that will later on be used to profile kung ano po yung level nila. Ayan. Okay? So
okay. So yeah, you may go ahead.
Okay po. So let's be please be guided of our operating hours po as a precautionary measure against COVID-19. So most of our transactions are remote. So this includes po the open admissions and enrollment transactions. So the admissions office po has a limited business operating schedule. We are open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Open din naman po yung lines po namin kung gusto niyo po tumawag, or pwede rin po kami yung tatawag sa inyo to discuss more about MCL. So yung schedule po natin for on-site visit will be applicable once the ECQ is listed po.
Later on, we'll be flashing our helplines para po ma-ensure yung ating mga parents na sa totoo lang po, gustong-gusto na namin kayong i-welcome dito sa MCL campus, because for the longest time, we have opened our doors to parents and our prospective students para pumunta kayo dito, talk to us, visit the admissions office, and we will be entertaining all your questions about Malayan Colleges Laguna. However, ayaw po natin na mag-violate tayo ng mga quarantine protocols. That's why we are transitioning, or meron po tayong mga admissions helplines na pinoprovide para sa ating mga parents and new students. And kaya po mapapansin nyo dyan na meron tayong mga specific enrollment or admissions advisors that we are assigning sa mga prospective enrollees para po hindi kayo maligaw. So you can email them or give us a call or text message dun sa mga contact numbers na nakapost. Depende po yan sa inyong mga surnames. So malinaw na po kung sino yung dapat ninyong i-contactin or i-coordinate about your application and everything that you may want to ask about Malayan Colleges Laguna. So so we have Miss Hazel, Miss Shai, Miss Mia, and Miss Sia as our enrollment advisors for our open admissions. So that's a guarantee to our parents and new students that you can get in touch with us, and kahit po sarado yung campus for on-site transactions, bukas po ang academic services and our admissions office, even though virtual and online, to assist our new students. And Hazel, since ikaw ay isa sa mga advisors, and maybe Mia later, ano ba yung mga questions na kadalasang tinatanong about senior high school? So siguro magbigay tayo ng mga 3 questions, Mia and Hazel, so that we can discuss them one by one as we go along with the session. And also, yung ating mga parents and listeners ngayon, mag-type po kayo ng mga comments and questions sa ating live event so that we can answer them. And bibigyan namin kayo ng mga prize. Yan. So, ito yung example ng admissions kit that we are giving out to new students. So, ano ba mga laman nito? Yan, may laman na. So, we have mouse pad. Yan, one Malayan, proud Malayan. Summer ngayon, and wish namin na makalabas kayo. Pero dahil ECQ, pwede nyo namang isuot itong bucket hat na to sa inyong mga gardens habang nag-exercise at habang tumatawa si Sia. Kaya ito talagang ano to, COVID-19 friendly na merchandise from MCL. This is a face mask and the MCL surpassing limits na shirt. Okay? So para po sa mga senior high school na may mga questions, bibigyan namin kayo ng freebies from MCL. Kaya mag-post na kayo ng questions sa ating comment. Pwede rin kayo makakuha ng backpack from MCL. Okay? So, yan. So, we want to be interactive with the discussion. So, please feel free to throw in your questions. For now, I'm calling Hazel and Mia. Ano ba yung mga top-rated questions na interesado ang ating mga parents and new students about senior high school?
For me, sir, yung mga most parang frequently asked questions ng ating mga students, especially ng parents, is how much po ba yung ating tuition fee? Ayan, number 1 po yun yung question nila. And they are also interested din kasi kung ano po yung mga ino-offer na strands ni MCL po for senior high school.
Yan. Palagay ko nagtatanong ng tungkol sa mga tuition yung mga nanay.
Opo,
diba?
sir.
Laging mga nanay ang mga nagtatanong tungkol sa tuition. Diba? Yung mga tatay daw kasi pag nakakausap ko, ang explanation nila, kasi kami naman daw magbabayad, so ang assignment ng mga mother, alamin yung detalye. Yan. So, kasi ako po nagpapacilitate ng mga talks with the parents every Saturday. And sabi ko na-observe ko yan, lagi yung mga mothers ang may mga detailed question about the tuition fee. And ayan po, nakapost ang aming mga helplines. Pagdating po kasi sa tuition fee, medyo detailed po yung discussion dyan. Inaalam natin kung saan mapupunta yung ibabayad namin sa ganito, ano ba yung mga preparations ng MCL given the pandemic, saan mapupunta tong miscellaneous fees, ano ba yung meron yung MCL bago ako magbayad. Naiintindihan po namin yung mga ganyang concerns. That's why, mas mahalaga po kung mabibigyan nyo kami ng chance to call you so that we can explain in detail your concerns about the tuition fee. Kaya po nakapost yung ating admissions helplines dito, and our admissions team will be discussing to you all the needed information about tuition fee for senior high school. How about Hazel, bukod sa tuition fee, ano pa yung mga kadalasang tanong ng ating mga stakeholders?
Opo. So, majority rin po interested about vouchers. So, tinatanong po nila to, paano po ba yung pag-process ng vouchers? Kung lahat po ba sila ay applicable na magkaroon ng vouchers? Ayan po. So, aside from that po, meron din po tayong mga inquiries about the strands. Kaya very timely po talaga yung topic po natin ngayon kasi isa po yan sa madalas tinatanong nila. Lalo na kung meron na po silang inaayos na program for college, and then undecided po sila kung saan po ba na strand nagpo-fall yung program na yon.
Yan. So, yan. Thank you very much, Hazel and Mia, for sharing those frequently asked questions about senior high school. Actually, kung hindi po kayo naka-attend ng Viewpoints, pag pumunta kayo sa MCL website, may makikita kayo doon na button na Ask Us. So, ibig pong sabihin, kahit wala pong schedule ng Viewpoints, even though this is a regular program every Saturday, pwede po kayong magtanong sa amin through our website. So, pindutin nyo lang po yung Ask Us doon, and we will be happy to call you after you provide us your contact information so that we can attend to your concerns. Ayan. So, nasa website po yan. First question about voucher. So definitely po, we are accepting vouchers from the government, and we support the efforts of the government to decongest the public schools by providing assistance to private schools sa pamamagitan po ng pagbibigay ng mga vouchers. So, dalawang bagay po yan. Kung ang inyo pong anak ay recipient ng ESC o yung tinatawag na Education Service Contracting Certificate from the junior high school, kadalasan po this is given upon entering grade 7 at tuloy-tuloy na po yon hanggang grade 10, sila po ay automatic recipients of the senior high school voucher. So ibig sabihin po, they do not have to apply anymore for the senior high school voucher because as an ESC grantee, they are automatic recipients already, and their personal information are available already in the database of the government for the SHS voucher. Paano nyo po malalaman kung kayo ay ESC grantee? Number 1, sasabihin po yan ng junior high school. Kasi hindi po yan isi-secret sa inyo, dahil hingin yung consent ninyo na kayo ay i-declare nila as ESC grantee. And as an effect, nakakatanggap po yung mga ESC grantees ng discount. Kung di ako nagkakamali, nasa 9,000 pesos yung discount niyan sa junior high school from grade 7 to grade 10. So, all you have to do is to get a certification from the junior high school na kayo po ay ESC grantee, at yun ang ipapakita nyo sa amin upon enrollment. Linawin ko po yun, upon enrollment, not during the application period, so that we can apply the senior high school voucher discount para po doon sa papasok dito for senior high school. Again, ESC grantees from the junior high school are automatic recipients of the senior high school voucher. Sir James, paano naman po kung hindi siya ESC grantee? E di pupunta ngayon tayo doon sa hindi automatic recipients of the voucher system. Ang mangyayari po ay kailangan nilang mag-manual application or online application once na i-open na ng PAYAC or Private Education Assistance Committee yung voucher application for senior high school. In 2019, na-open po yan June 6, 2019. In 2020, na-open po yan parang mag-July na. So medyo nalilate po yung pag-open yan dahil yung funding po niyan ay nanggagaling sa government. Pero once po na ma-open yan, online po yung application, pwede na kayong mag-apply ng voucher. Hindi po sa, ulitin ko po, hindi po yan sa MCL ina-apply. Ia-apply nyo po yan sa PAYAC or Private Education Assistance Committee. Once na validated, bibigyan po nila kayo ng QBR o yung Qualified Voucher Recipient Certificate. Pag meron na po kayong QBR that's also sent via email, yan po yung ipapasa nyo sa MCL para mai-apply naman namin yung discount ng senior high school voucher sa inyong tuition fee. Yan. So, yun po. Bali po, magkakaroon lang po ng role dyan sa MCL once na kayo ay mabigyan ng QBR or Qualified Voucher Recipient Certificate from PAYAC. Pero yan pa rin po ay good news because while the application for voucher is still closed, may opportunity pa rin po na makakuha kayo ng discount from the government because of the senior high school voucher. At We are saying that here at MCL, kami po ay nag-honor ng voucher na yan para at this time po ay medyo ma-ease up yung burden ng mga parents in sending their children to private schools. Okay? So, kung may mga concerns po ulit, follow-up questions about the voucher, you can call our helplines and they will be happy to give you some information about the voucher. And mamaya po sa Q&A, pwede rin kayong mag-throw in ng questions about the senior high school voucher program. Okay? So, umpisa na po natin. Even though kanina pa tayo nagsisimula, we can now proceed to our main focus for this morning about choosing the right strand or track for senior high school. So I'm calling again Mia and Hazel to facilitate our discussion about the senior high school tracks and everything that you may want to know about these tracks and strands. So sila po ang magbibigay sa inyo ng talk about the strands for the SHS.
Okay po. So, good morning muli. Good morning again to everyone. I'm Miss Mia. I'm one of the admissions assistant of Malayan Colleges. So, kami po yung mag-a-assist sa inyo if ever you have concerns sa inyo pong application and mga information na kailangan nyo pong malaman or gusto nyo pong malaman sa MCL. So, for today, we will be discussing the academic offerings na meron kami for senior high school. So, in MCL po, we are offering two track. Okay, so we have the academic track and the TVL or the technical livelihood track po. So bakit dalawa lang? Kasi 'di ba ang binigay po ni DepEd ay 4. So for MCL po, dalawa yung ino-offer namin dahil inalign na po namin ito dun sa mga existing na college programs po namin. So let's start with the first academic track, which is the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics or STEM. So we are offering STEM. So if the students are interested to take engineering programs, architecture, allied programs, or pre-medicine programs, ayan, you can take STEM. So mostly ng mga subjects nyo dito will be focusing on sa mga mathematics, ayan po. So we are offering STEM. So in MCL po, since sabi ko nga po kanina, inalign namin siya dun sa mga programs or college programs na meron na kami dito sa MCL. So STEM is aligned po sa engineering programs, architecture, and computer science. Ayan po. So next po, under academic track is accountancy, business, and management or ABM. Also, MCL is also offering ABM po for those who are interested naman sa accountancy, business administration, or marketing, and also tourism management. So if you are into mahilig kayo sa math ng accountancy, ayan, yung mga computation natin. So ayan po. So MCL is offering ABM. Another po under academic track is another strand is humanities and social sciences. So dito naman if the students are interested po sa mga creative side naman, parang creative yung tawag dito, mas mahilig yung bata sa creative, yung mga creative stuff. So, ayan po, MCL po is offering you. So, aligned programs that we have here in MCL is communication and multimedia arts. Pero hindi lang naman doon nalilimit yung sakop na college programs na aligned sa UM. So, if the students want to take psychology, journalism, ayan, pwede rin naman kayo mag-take ng UMS. Also, law, kung interested po yung student to take up law in the future after college po. Ayan, so you can take up UMS naman. Okay? So, under technical vocational track, So we have ICT or Information and Communication Technology. So ang mga courses or mga subjects nyo dito is more on programming or animation, ayan, animation or pag-develop ng mga games, ayan, as early as senior high school, pinag-aaralan na po yan. So, if the students are, or if the student is interested sa mga ganung bagay, so MCL is offering ICT. So, aligned programs naman for ICT, we have communications pa rin, information system, information technology, and also multimedia arts. Since ICT also includes animation, kaya aligned pa rin siya sa multimedia arts. Okay, so now let's discuss the career paths naman. Okay, for the career paths po, dito mas malalaman ninyo or kung meron na kayong inaay na career talaga after you graduate ng college. Ayan, kung magtitake kayo ng STEM, yung mga STEM graduates natin, pwede kayo maging scientist, engineer, mathematicians, medical practitioner, or yung mga frontliners natin ngayon. And pwede kayo maging architect or agriculturist and other career na related doon. Also, if you are interested naman or if you are a graduate of ICT, so pwede kayo maging IT experts, animators, or game developers. Ayan, yung mga itong mga ICT graduates or yung mga interested dito sa strands na to, normal sila yung parang pandemic proof. Ayan, sila yung mga in demand na career sa panahon ngayon. Okay,
Yan. So just to share, for this school year, medyo dumami po yung mga students namin ng ICT for senior high school and IT, Information Technology and Computer Science sa college. Pati rin yung computer engineering. So magtatanong tayo, bakit kaya? Kasi ano po ba ang trend ngayon? We're talking about resilient industries and yung mga tinatawag na programs of the future. Bakit sila tinatawag na programs of the future? Kasi sila yung mga napatunayan na kahit pandemic ay mabubuhay itong mga industriya na to. As a matter of fact, sila nga po yung matatag at mas nag-grow pa yung mga businesses. And I'm referring to IT companies, software development, and so on. So, ibig sabihin po, we're talking about work from home, we're talking about remote setup, we're talking about remote work. And mas malinaw po ngayon na kailangan natin ng mga computer engineers, IT and CS. And kung medyo nakikita ninyo yung mga sarili na magiging IT professional ako, magiging computer programmer ako, magiging game developer ako, tamang-tama po na nandito kayo ngayon sa Viewpoints dahil ito yung pagkakataon na mas ma-enlighten tayo ng konti. Ano ba yung kukuhanin kong senior high school track kung gusto kong maging game developer, kung gusto kong maging computer programmer, kung gusto kong maging IT specialist. Yan. So, kung kayo po ay leaning towards the programming, we would recommend na kumuha kayo ng STEM. Bakit? Kasi yung programming po ay medyo heavy yan sa math and critical thinking skills. And we are recommending STEM because iba po yung training niyan in terms of mathematics, in terms of critical thinking. So pagpasok ninyo sa college for IT or computer science, hindi na kayo mahihirapan dahil yung grade 11 and 12 ay maganda na yung academic preparation na binigay sa senior high school. Okay, Mia, paano naman kung gusto nilang maging animation specialist o kaya naman ay maging multimedia artist pero nandoon pa rin sa IT industry? What would we recommend for them to take for senior high school and why?
They may take ICT din po for that, since ICT po is, yun nga po, nabanggit ko po kanina na it also includes yung, may course sila sir or subject na animation. So, as
Yeah.
early as senior high school, meron na silang idea kung, or yung basic, may foundation na sila for animation.
Yan. So yung maybe yung po ang pinagkaiba. Pag yung bata po ay medyo leaning towards the design part, meaning yung skill sa pagde-design at pag-execute, doon po siya sa ICT dahil ito po ay heavy sa skills. Pero kung yung bata po ay mas heavy doon sa technical part ng programming, we would recommend STEM. Okay? So, para po malinaw tayo dyan sa bagay na yan. Kasi talaga nakakalito po. By the way, Mia, paano kung nag-take ako ng humanities and social science, for example, for senior high school, and later on, pagdating ng college, gusto ko palang maging engineer, o kaya gusto kong mag-IT or computer science, pwede ko bang kuhanin yung aking gustong program? Kasi alam naman yung mga bata, baka sa panahon ngayon, ang gusto humanities and social science, then later on magde-decide na engineering, o kaya ay IT ang gustong kuhanin. So, sila ba ay papayagang mag-enroll sa college nitong mga programs na to?
Yes po, sir. They are allowed naman to enroll sa kahit anong preferred nilang program pagdating sa college. Kasi sa ngayon nga po, ang mga students natin, hindi pa sila ganun ka-sure sa kung anong gusto pa talaga gusto nila pagdating ng college. Pero in MCL po, we will be accepting them. Hindi naman natin sila i-deny sa application nila for college. However, sir, mas maganda talaga kung aligned na yung senior high school strand nila dun sa college program na kukunin nila. Kasi yung senior high school strand will be their foundation talaga. So, meron na sila, kung mag-a-apply na sila for college, better na align po. Pero since hindi naman tayo strict doon and meron din pong memo ang CHED, na hindi po natin pwedeng i-deny yung bata kung ano talaga yung gusto po niyang college program. So, pwede po,
So,
sir.
nabanggit ni Mia yung CHED memo about that. So, ang sabi ng CHED, basta senior high school graduate, kung ano man yung gusto niyang kuhaning program for college, dapat payagan ng higher education institutions. Pero sabi nga ni Mia, ano ba ang purpose ng K-12? Ang purpose ng K-12 ay alignment ng senior high school papunta sa gustong kurso o programa sa kolehiyo. So, madedefeat yung purpose ng K-12 kung babalik tayo dun sa dati nating mindset na yung high school ay okay lang na generalist, okay lang na wala pang alignment dun sa gustong kuhaning program for college. So, if we want to maximize the benefit of the K-12 program, dapat nagde-decide tayo as early as now para tayo ay mag-guide kung tayo ay pupunta ba sa STEM, sa ABM, sa ICT o sa UMS. And at this point, maybe Mia, we could invite our listeners to talk to us, our admissions advisors, dahil tayo ay nagpo-provide ng CQ, which is coaching on career choices. Meaning to say, tawagan nyo po yung aming mga helplines, yung aming mga admissions advisors, and they can help you in determining the recommended tracks for senior high school. Yan. So, ladies, meron na ba kayo na-encounter earlier o sa mga parents na nagtatanong o nagpapa-advise kung ano ba yung bagay na senior high school track or strand para sa kanilang mga anak. So maybe you can share some thoughts to our listeners para makita nila na ay sa MCL, pwede pala kaming humingi ng tulong para mas masagot yung mga tanong namin about the studies.
Ayan, sir, meron akong nakausap po na parent. I think that's last 2 days po. Nagtatanong siya, gusto ko kasi sanang mag-maritime yung anak ko. Ano ba yung pwede kong kunin nilang strand? Ayun po, yung question niya. Kasi,
so that's a good question para po dun sa parent na nagtanong. Sana po nakikinig kayo ngayon. We are offering STEM po as a good backgrounder as a good foundational program for maritime engineering and or rather marine engineering and marine transportation. Bakit? Ang objective po, ang design po ng marine engineering and marine transportation, lalo na po sa Malayan Colleges Laguna, ang design po niyan ay pagka-graduate nila, hindi sila dadaan dun sa mga able seaman, ordinary seaman na level. Medyo nandoon na sila sa officer position. So, at hindi po yon ganoon kadali kasi kailangan ng rigorous training yan in mathematics and the sciences. Kaya po nare-recommend po namin yung STEM para doon sa mga nagnanais na mag-marine engineering and marine transportation for college. Okay? So STEM po ang recommended para dyan. So again, Mia, thank you for sharing that kasi yan po yung extra support and service that we are providing to our prospective students para po as early as now ay mabigyan namin kayo ng guidance on what strand or track to choose for senior high school. Yan, so ito po yung helplines, tawagan niyo po kami and our admissions advisors will talk to you on our recommendation for your track or strand in senior high school. Okay, so maybe we can continue with the next strands and the tracks.
Okay po. For the next strands po, we have ABM or Accountancy and Business Management. So, kung ang mga students natin ay interested to be accountant, entrepreneurs, marketing expert, ayan, maging restaurant managers. So, ABM po ang recommended na strand po sa inyo. And also, if you want to be a psychologist or you want to be a multimedia professional, journalist, social worker, communicators, ayan, you can take up humanities and social sciences or UWS. Again, you can take yung mga strands po na pipiliin po natin ngayon better na aligned na nga po siya doon sa preferred po ninyo na college program. So, ayun po. Okay. So, now let's talk about the viewpoints. Yung 4 viewpoints po na yung purpose natin for it, another purpose natin for this morning also.
Yeah, so it's important that we talk about the different perspectives or quote-unquote viewpoints nga about learning in the new normal. Kasi for 1 year na po na naka-lockdown, different quarantine standards for different localities and communities. At litong-lito na po tayo, I would like to share to the parents that when we had the first viewpoint session last February, nagkaroon po kami ng survey. Parang ganito lang din sa comment section. Ano ba yung top 3 struggles ng mga students about learning in the new normal? And ito po yung number 1. Sabi nila, stress. So marami po sa mga students ang stress na because of online learning. And ayan po ay hindi biro na struggle ng ating mga students. Bakit? Isipin nyo nga naman po na for the past 11 or 12 years, sila ay sanay na ang learning environment ay classroom, school setup. Then all of a sudden, because of the pandemic, kailangan natin gawing fully online. Nakaka-stress po yun, di ba? Yung mga adults na i-stress nga because biglang naputol yung interaction nila with people, lalo na po yung age ng mga bata na pumapasok pa lang. Kaya kung makikita nyo po yung mga pages ng Malayan Colleges Laguna, from time to time, we are calling out academic breaks. We are declaring academic breaks sa college academic recess because napaka-importante po ng strategic study and rest program. Dahil yung learning environment po ngayon, kahit na sabihin nating lahat ay binigay na dyan, ay nagkokos ng unnecessary stress sa ating mga learners, and that is something that schools need to address from time to time. So, ang pangalawa po ay confusion, dahil nalilito daw po yung mga bata kasi nga naman dati, bitbitin natin sila sa loob ng classroom, hindi na sila aalis dyan. Ang mga teachers ang pupunta dyan, magkaklase, learning will happen. And bakit sila nako-confuse? Kasi ngayon, nandun lang sila sa computer, naghihintay sila sa magkaklase si teacher sa math, sa science. Baka ito ay sa Google Classroom ba? Ito ba ay sa Teams? Ito ba ay sa Messenger? Yung iba ay sa Viber. So nalilito sila. Ito po ay mga feedback ng mga students na umattend ng Viewpoints, and we are assuming they are from other schools. Kaya sabi po namin, napaka-importante itong Viewpoints na to because it gives us a lot of information about what to expect about learning in the new normal from the vantage point of the government, from parents, from students, and educational institutions. Kaya kung titingnan nyo po yung ating diagram, ayan, we would like to offer a meeting point for common understanding among our stakeholders. So, for Malayan Colleges Laguna po, ito yung mga features at ito po yung viewpoints from educational institution like MCL that I would like to share to our listeners. So, ito po ay for MCL, bagamat I am pretty much sure that other educational institutions can also relate to this discussion. So number 1 po, we are entering new normal learning. So ano po ang ibig sabihin? Medyo nawala na po yung borders ng instruction, ng learning na confined in the 4 walls of the classroom. Meaning to say, it must be flexible. Meaning to say, yung dating classroom setup must be flexible learning spaces for our students. Yan. So, fully online, pero hindi po ibig sabihin na kung ano yung nasa loob ng classroom setup ay hindi makukuha ng mga estudyante in a fully online learning environment. So, ang flexible learning po ay hindi bago sa Malayan Colleges Laguna because when we opened MCL in 2007, in a year's time, we already had a lot of initiatives and efforts to improve the quality of instruction by adapting e-learning. Ano ibig sabihin ng e-learning? It's learning everywhere, it's learning every time, and it's learning in electronic platforms. So, in 2008, we started using one MCL, or rather eMCL at that time. So basically, it's an e-learning platform. And dito yung mga materials, mga presentation ng mga faculty members are uploaded in eMCL. Our students are given accounts for them to access the portal. And yon, yung mga learning experiences na dapat nasa labas ng classroom ay nasusupport nung e-learning na yon through eMCL. And we are very happy. Why? Yung mga alumni natin, sila po yung nagsasabi na ay effective yan. Bakit? Kasi hindi nawawala yung momentum na kahit sila ay nasa bahay, yung dating ng mga learning materials nandoon, hindi sila naliligaw, hindi sila nako-confuse because everything is in eMCL. Hindi kagaya dati na babantay mo yung email na ganitong teacher, yung email na ganitong instructor, tapos i-compile mo lahat yung mga learning materials na yon. With eMCL, nandun lahat yung mga learning materials na yon. And eMCL is a startup for our flexible learning spaces because that's a free software at that time. That's a free module. And syempre, alam naman po natin, pag free, meron niyang mga limitations. That's why in 2015, we started looking for a proprietary learning management system or LMS. And in 2016, we adopted Blackboard Learn. So yung Blackboard Learn po is a comprehensive learning management system And when we rolled out the program and the system in 2016, yung mga assessments, collaborative learning activities ay na-integrate na doon sa e-learning ng MCL. That's why, kahit bumabagyo, kahit may class suspension, kahit may mga natural disasters na nawawala yung classes, physically, tuloy-tuloy po yung learning because of the Blackboard Learn. Yan yung tinatawag ng mga students na BBL. And when the pandemic hit us last year, dito po mas na-maximize yung gamit ng Blackboard Learn. Kasi yung initial purpose ng Blackboard Learn as a supplementary support learning platform for the students, mas madali po siyang na-transition to fully online dahil yung mga teachers ready, yung mga students may experience, yung materials ay ready in Blackboard Learn. And that's the reason why we are paying millions in terms of investment in this learning infrastructure, because we want to avoid yung mga sinasabing mga reasons ng mga bata na interrelated. Bakit nai-stress yung mga bata? Kasi nako-confuse sila. Bakit sila nako-confuse? Kasi sporadic yung mga learning materials sa kung saan nila hanapin, because the program, the system basically lacks organization. And that is the problem that Blackboard Learn addresses. So lahat po ng mga courses ay nasa Blackboard Learn. Lahat ng mga resources ay nasa Blackboard Learn. Kung 10 subjects po yung enrolled ng senior high school student, hindi niya yan kung saan-saan hahanapin dahil yan po ay nasa BBL. Okay? So lahat po ng enrolled students are given access to BBL. And once you enter Blackboard Learn, nandoon na lahat yung mga kailangan ng bata. So, saan magkaklase? Sa Microsoft Teams, nakalagay sa Blackboard Learn yung link. Magkakaroon ba ng synchronous or asynchronous lessons? Saan malalaman ng bata yon? Doon sa calendar na nasa Blackboard Learn. Kailangan ba ng teacher na mag-announce sa buong klase? Saan niya ito hahanapin? Sa Facebook ba? Sa text messaging ba? O sa Viber ba? Hindi. Nandun yan sa Blackboard Learn na course messaging facility, or nandoon sa announcement in Blackboard Learn. Kailangan ng bata ng learning materials for research. Kailangan niya magbasa ng mga textbook or references sa kanyang capstone project o kaya ay sa kanyang feasibility study kung siya ay ABM. Saan siya pupunta? Sa Google lang ba? Hindi. Because once the student gets the Blackboard Learn account, meron po siyang access to many digital solutions of Malayan Colleges Laguna. So ito po yung mga available online resources and tools na pwedeng gamitin ng mga bata bundled with Blackboard Learn. So unang-una po dyan, ang Blackboard Learn po ay merong counterpart, yung tinatawag na Blackboard Collaborate. So kung tayo po ngayon ay nasa Facebook Live, ayaw po natin gamitin ang Facebook sa learning process. Ayaw po natin gamitin yung Facebook sa instructional program. Kaya dapat nasa Blackboard Learn po yan, at yung synchronous sessions will be done through Blackboard Collaborate. And it's a virtual classroom basically. Bakit? Because para kayo nasa loob ng classroom, students, you can interact with the students, the teacher can do the lecture, the teacher can ask for recitation, the teacher can actually launch collaborative tools in Blackboard Collaborate. So yan po yung mga perks and privileges of an exclusive access to Blackboard Learn and Blackboard Collaborate, which MCL subscribe for our students. And along with that, yan, makikita nyo po dyan, ang bawat MCL student po, upon enrollment, ay binibigyan ng MCL email account. And that MCL email account will give the student a license access to Microsoft Office, yung MS 365. So, yung MS Office applications po and yung access sa OneDrive na 1 terabyte ay maa-avail din po ng students upon enrollment at Malayan Colleges Laguna. So imagine, parang may dala-dalang cloud storage na 1 terabyte na lahat ng mga files mo, lahat ng learning resources ay pwede mong i-load doon. Iba pa po yung Blackboard Learn na access. So these are all solutions and digital resources that we are providing to the students. Nakikita ko, nararamdaman ko yung tanong ng mga parents. Sir James, paano po yung mga laboratory courses? Paano ginagawa yung laboratory activities na napaka-importante to develop the skills and critical thinking of the students? Yan. So nasaan dyan sa mga digital solutions na pinoprovide? We are also giving out access to Labster. Yan. Ano yung Labster? Nakakain ba yun? Hindi. Laboratory. Kaya LAB, Labster. So, Labster is an application that we are using for instructional purposes, and it's actually composed of simulated laboratory sessions for our senior high school and college students. So, yung Labster po na yon ay simulated chemistry laboratory, simulated IT laboratory, simulated physics laboratory na ginagamit ng mga students and teachers in online learning. So hindi po na menos yung mga bata in terms of the competencies and skills needed in laboratory sessions. Available po yan through our digital solutions, Blackboard Learn and Labster also. And meron din po kayo nakikita dyan na Wiley Plus. Ano yung Wiley na to? Once you get the Blackboard Learn account, you are also given access to more than 10,000 titles of Wiley. Yan po ay reference materials and books na pwedeng gamitin ng mga students for online learning. So, ano po ang ibig sabihin? Parang kami dalang library sa tablet mo, sa phone mo, because you can access those resources through Blackboard Learn. Yan. So, ano pong ibig sabihin yan? Literally, yung parang imagine na lang po natin ngayon, itong MCL campus na to, in terms of the classroom, the library, and other support services, dinala po natin yan sa loob ng Blackboard Learn to ensure that learning will still continue under the new normal. Okay? So, yan po yung kagandahan nitong mga facilities na pinoprovide ng MCL for our senior high school and college students. Para po, sabi ko nga, mabawasan yung stress level, mabawasan din yung confusion among our students kasi merong shape yung learning program na pwede nilang gamitin. Makikita nyo rin po dyan yung H5P. Yan. So we're using H5P in all our courses to make the lectures interactive for our students. We're also giving supplementary learning resources such as linked learning and Coursera. So those are opportunities for our students to get certificates from Ivy League universities abroad because meron silang additional learning materials when they subscribe to Coursera at discounted rates because of our partnership with Coursera and Malayan Colleges Laguna. Entitled po yung mga students sa napakamurang access dito sa mga courses na to, unlimited access upon subscription. So, ayan po. So, basically, it's what? Yung online learning po, mas in-innovate pa natin so that it will have what? It will give the students a good learning package so that they can excel, they can develop their skills, their knowledge and attitude at this time of the pandemic. Okay? So yun po yung mga tinatawag nating flexible learning spaces, and we are ensuring that these infrastructures, these applications are available to our students. And I'm hoping po na yung mga parents po ay na-appreciate ninyo yung mga ganyang infrastructure po na pinoprovide natin for the students para po matiyak na learning is happening at this time of the pandemic. Okay? So ultimately po, ang gusto naman natin mangyari ay yung mga estudyante po, pag pumasok ng senior high school, ay magkaroon ng maayos na academic preparation for college. So napaka-importante po niyan, and that is something na pinag-uukulan po ng panahon ng Malayan Colleges Laguna Senior High School para yung learning experience ay maibigay sa ating mga students. Okay? So do we have questions from our viewers? Maybe we can flash some of the questions and Mia and Hazel can read some of the questions so that we can discuss it. And ito po yun, basically, kailangan po ay interactive yung discussion natin para kung may mga agam-aga, may katanungan, may mga worries, may mga reservations, ay mapag-usapan po natin for Viewpoints because basically, yan po ang objective ng Viewpoints. So I will leave this part of the program to Hazel and Mia. So we have one question from Monica. So Hazel and Mia, you may go ahead.
Okay po, so first question we have here po is need po ba mag-entrance exam? So na-discuss po natin to kanina na open admission po tayo. So balikan lang po natin, open admission po means na wini-waive po natin yung entrance examination. So for now po, wala po tayong entrance exam. So meron po tayong step-by-step procedure. Maybe we can share with them po para at least may idea na sila kung ano po ba yung application process po natin. So just a quick run through po ng step-by-step procedure. So first po is yung submission ng application form. So fill out the online admission form. So please visit po our website and then click po natin doon yung apply now na nakalagay. Step 2 po will be makaka-receive po kayo ng acknowledgement or confirmation email from the admissions team. And then third is to pay the admission fee. So meron po tayong 400 pesos application fee. We have option 1, on-site payment po, and then option 2 is for the off-site payment channels. So share po natin with them, ano po ba yung options po natin to pay off-site. Yan, so pwede po tayo through RCBC over-the-counter, RCBC online banking, GCash, Cebuana Luwelier, and M. Luwelier. So wala po muna tayong Paymaya for new students. Pero ito po yung mga options po natin. Yung on-site payment po kasi is hindi pa po siya open right now due to ECQ. So close pa po yung vicinity po natin. So after po natin masettle yung admission fee, fourth po is you will receive an acceptance letter from the admissions team. Kasama po dito yung enrollment instructions. This will be sent to you via email. So kindly monitor your email po. And then the last is yung pang number 5, enroll during the confirmation and registration period starting June 1, 2021. Ayan. So meron pa po kaya tayong ibang question?
Okay. So bigyan natin ng t-shirt si Monica for raising the first question. Yeah. Monica Guevara, paano niyo po maa-avail yung inyong freebie from Malayan Colleges Laguna? Meron po tayong mga helplines, di ba? So pakitawagan niyo po yung helpline. So i-text ninyo para makuha namin yung inyong contact number. And pag kayo po ay nag-apply, we will be giving you, pwede niyo po kami singilin dun sa inyong giveaway from MCL. So tandaan ko, Monica Guevara. We have another question. Please proceed, Mia and Hazel.
Another question po, sir, from Cookie Ronquillo. Good morning. Would like to know the lead time to receive the acceptance letter from MCL after paying the admission fee po. Thanks.
Ayan. So ngayon binibigay na namin yung acceptance notification sa ating applicants. So thank you for paying the application fee of 400 pesos. That's already your first step towards your open admissions and enrollment at MCL. Alam ko po na naghihintay kayo ng acceptance letter. So ngayon po ina-announce namin na you are good to enroll. Ang matatanggap niyo po sa amin bukod sa acceptance letter ay enrollment instructions. Ang tanong ni Cookie ay kailan? Di ba? So yan po ang ina-expect po namin na maibigay before the end of the month. Ang tagal naman, Sir James, dahil ang ibibigay nga po namin ay enrollment instruction na. So ibig sabihin po, pinapakiramdaman po namin yung mga junior high school kung kailan matatapos yung kanilang school year. Bakit? Paano po ba mag-enroll sa senior high school nang walang report card? Ang report card ay manggagaling sa junior high school. Ang pagbibigay ng report card sa junior high school ay nakadepende kung kailan matatapos ang kanilang school calendar. And we are calling our partner junior high schools to ask them hanggang kailan ba yung inyong klase for this school year para mai-align namin dun sa enrollment calendar and instructions for our incoming senior high school students. So bigyan niyo po kami ng hanggang itong month na to process all this calling and finalize the enrollment instructions para po hindi tayo pabago-bago. Ang mahirap po kasi baka magbigay kami ng letter of acceptance and instructions and later on, pag meron na naman bagong quarantine classification, magkaroon na naman ng bagong restrictions, hindi na naman mapayagan yung mga on-site enrollment transactions, mag-move na naman tayo ng schedule dahil kahit yung mga junior high school nagbago din. So, ang enrollment po natin ay June 1, 2021. So, kung ang pinanggagalingan po ay yung pangamba na tanggap ba ako o hindi. So, after securing the application po, you are good to enroll starting June 1, 2021. Ang ibibigay po namin na letter of acceptance includes complete enrollment instructions and appointment. So yung dalawang item po na yon ang nag-hold sa atin and sana po maunawaan natin na mahirap pong mag-retract ng information at ng instruction later dahil nagkaroon ng change in schedule. Okay? Pero yun po ang assurance that we are giving out. Actually, after securing the application, you are You are notified already via email that you are accepted and you are good to enroll. Okay, so thank you, Cookie, for raising that concern and welcome. As early as now, I would like to welcome you to Malayan Colleges Laguna Senior High School. So sana si Cookie ay senior high school applicant. Yan. Next question.
Hello po. Ayan.
Sorry po. So ulitin lang po natin from Miss Joanne Del Rosario. Hello po, since there's no qualifying exam at this time, is it guaranteed that they will be into their preferred strand? Yan, so yes po.
Yeah.
Dahil
Yes.
open it po tayo. Ayan, so tatanggapin po namin kayo to whichever strand po yung preferred nyo.
Yeah. So thank you, Joanne. Siguro i-follow up comment mo na rin. Ano bang strand ang gusto ni Joanne? Nag-reply ba si Joanne? Ano ang gusto niyang strand? Yeah, later on, paki-check natin if meron siyang reply kung ano yung preferred strand niya for senior high school. Yan. While waiting, we can proceed with the question of Valerie.
Opo, another question po. I have an incoming senior high nephew with autism spectrum disorder, but he is really smart. Do you have special online courses for kids like him? Thank you po.
Yan. So I think, medyo detalyado po yan. Valerie, thank you for raising that concern. So, kahit naman po ang gobyerno, ang DepEd, ay malinaw ang stand sa bagay na yan na no child left behind. So, yan po, bago po natin i-discuss yung detalyadong online courses and program para sa inyong nephew, I would suggest po tawagan nyo yung ating helplines para magkaroon tayo ng initial assessment dun sa case ng bata. And definitely po kasi kailangan namin yung clinical findings. Okay, so that's number one. Second, ano po ba yung outcome na gusto nung parents o nung guardian para dun sa bata? Gusto ba niyang magkaroon ng senior high school diploma? O kailangan lang po niya ng program, formal education o non-formal education? Tulungan niyo po kami na matulungan kayo dyan sa bagay na yan. Yung mga details po na yon, hindi naman natin pwedeng sagutin ng live dahil may mga confidentiality issues. So I would suggest, Valerie, that you call our helplines and we will connect you to our guidance counselors para kung meron ng clinical findings, magkaroon tayo ng initial assessment and ma-determine natin yung readiness nung nephew mo to enter senior high school. And from there, we can answer other questions like, ano ba yung inclination ng bata? Sabi mo, smart siya, pwede ba siya sa STEM? Ano ba yung mga observations ng kanyang doctor in terms of learning habits, study habits? Yun yung mga bagay na technical, and we will be happy to assist you on that through our Center for Guidance and Counseling. And we will rely on the recommendation of our guidance counselors on the readiness of the student to enter senior high school. But definitely po, ang stand namin dyan, I would like to give the child a chance to have the senior high school diploma. Pero para po mas madetalye natin yung tulong na magagawa para dun sa bata, please get in touch with us. So thank you, Valerie, for raising that concern.
Okay, so next question po, open na po ba ang MCL for appointment? From Miss Weng Argalion, Montalban, Austria. Ayan. So thank you po for raising your concern. Currently po, close to po yung MCL for on-site appointments due to ECQ po. So maybe po let's stand by for further announcements kung kailan po tayo makakapag-open ulit ng on-site.
Yeah, so pero we flashed already our schedule, tama, for on-site appointments. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Pwede nyo po kami puntahan after ECQ. So, para lang po hindi tayo palito, once po na GCQ na tayo, ibig sabihin, pwede nang lumabas yung mga parents to talk to us. Yeah, we will be entertaining appointments po Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Yeah, next question.
Next question po from Jamie Flores. Will there be other specializations for youths? Incoming senior high school po ako. Okay.
Yan. So for youths, take note, walang specialization yung ating mga tracks for senior high school. Okay, why? Because all our tracks for senior high school, even though meron siyang specific direction, ay halimbawa, YUMS, what are the available career opportunities or college programs na aligned for YUMS? Di ba? So, pwede kang kumuha ng liberal arts. Ito yung political science, ito yung economics, ito yung behavioral science, ito yung psychology, ito yung communication arts, broadcasting, journalism. So, ito yung mga soft sciences, liberal arts, na pwedeng kuhanin for college ng mga YUMS, graduates ng senior high school. So, definitely, hindi natin ma-i-specialize yung mga yan na nakafocus dun sa possible na kuhaning college. Kaya nga, ang term lagi sa senior high school, para siyang naka-scaffold, para siyang hagdan, di ba? So, ang gagawin ng senior high school ay i-provide yung mga steps na yon para kung ano yung focus pero minimum na kailangan matutunan ng bata para dun sa mga disciplines na yon ma-provide nung track for senior high school. But unfortunately, wala tayong mga ganong specialization for one reason, or two reasons. Sige, nabanggit ko yung una, that will not be efficient kung masyadong maraming specialization. Pangalawa, according to a study that we have commissioned in 2019, you will be surprised about this. Yun daw mga junior high school students natin, nag-uumpisang magtanong kung ano yung kukuhaning, ano yung gustong maging for college. Nagsisimula daw yan grade 8. Di ba? Pero yun yung tanong niya, ano gusto kong maging for college? Pero nagde-decide siya kung ano yung kukuhanin niyang senior high school track pag siya ay grade 10 na. At yung kanyang decision na ginawa noong grade 8, nababago pag siya ay grade 11 na. So, kahit ang DepEd po ay hindi nag-provide ng specialization tracks para sa mga different strands ng senior high school dahil alam nga po nila at alam din namin na yung decision making ng ating mga estudyante and parents ay progressive. Diba? So ayaw natin na grade 11, nag-UMS ka, then you entered political science. Pagdating sa course or subject ng philosophy at ng constitution, bigla mong marirealize ka lang, parang mas gusto kong mag-com art. So biglang magbabago, pero dahil nandoon ka na dun sa track na yon, mahihirapan ka na namang lumipat dun sa kabila. Kaya kahit po ang Department of Education ay hindi nagpe-prescribe ng specialization for the different strands of senior high school. Para yung wide opening for humanities and social sciences, when you get into UMS, it's an opportunity for you to observe, to reflect, and decide on what career direction to take for college. Okay. Thank you for asking that, Jamie. Yan. Incoming senior high school siya. Yan. Next question. Ito, pangalawang question. Ito yung sagot ni Joanne. My daughter wants to take STEM strand. Ayan. So, thank you po. Ang STEM po ang aming pinakamalaking strand for senior high school. And we are very happy that dito po sa region ay maraming interesado sa STEM education, and hopefully yung daughter ni Joanne Tagilaso will join us for STEM here at MCL Senior High School. Para yung mga Tagilaso, mga taga Luciana, Cabinti, Laguna. Ayan. So thank you for asking. Meron ba tayong other questions that we would like to answer and discuss, Mia and Hazel?
Yes, so we have another question from Nash Avery Nadella. So good day. Would like to confirm when is the start of enrollment and the start of class for senior high school. Yan. So na-mention po natin kanina, our enrollment will start ng June 1, 2021. Ayan po. So as long as you have your report card, good moral character, pwede na po tayo mag-enroll in between June to August. So, August po yung start of classes po natin.
Yan. Start of classes ay August 16. Yan. August 16. Kasi kinabukasan birthday ni Sia. So, August 16 ang start.
August 16.
Ayan po. Another question po from Nash. May I know how many students per class in senior high? So, pre-pandemic po or prior pandemic, ang maximum po natin na students per class is 40 per classroom po, 40 student per classroom. Pero since online tayo, hindi naman affected yon yung number of students na yon. Pero once na mapayagan na po tayo to resume yung face-to-face classes natin, i-reduce po natin yon yung from 40 magiging 15 to 20 students na tayo per classroom.
For clarification lang, so both po face-to-face blended or fully online, ang class size po natin ay 40. Yung sinasabi ni Mia na reduce na 15 to 20, ito po ay shifting. Okay, shifting po ito ng classes once na tayo ay inallow na ng government to conduct face-to-face classes. Because we need to ensure that physical distancing will still be will still be possible, will still be implemented sa loob po ng classroom at sa mga laboratory rooms ng Malayan Colleges Laguna. And kung kayo po ay nagkaroon ng chance na pumunta dito, we sit in a what? In a 6-hectare campus, napaka-spacious po nito para matiyak po na mai-implement yung physical distancing ng mga students. So online, 40 po ang class size. Pre-pandemic at pag tayo po ay pinayagan na mag face-to-face classes, 40 pa rin po yung class size pero shifting siya 15 to 20 students lamang per actual face-to-face class session. Yan. So naiintindihan ko po yung pinanggagalingan ng parent na yan on parents and guardians doon sa precautionary measures and safety ng mga bata. Di ba po? So yan po ay matagal na rin nakaplano. Sabi ko nga lagi sa Viewpoints, hinihintay na lang po natin ang go signal ng DepEd na tayo ay payagang mag-conduct ng face-to-face classes. At naka-ready po ang facilities, naka-ready ang mga guro, naka-ready ang eskwelahan, yung go signal na lang po ang hinihintay. Pero be it what, pandemic, be it online, be it face-to-face, ready po ang school, ready po ang MCL to ensure the learning continuity for our students and for our prospective students for school year 2021-2022. Okay.
Okay po, so we have another question po. May sibling discount po ba? From Ivan Javin Barcelona. Yan, so meron pa rin naman po tayong sibling discount. Ang requirement lang po natin dito is dapat po kayo nung kapatid mo ay sabay kayong naka-enroll for the current term. Yan, so a-apply po natin to once na-enrolled na po yung mas panganay or mas matanda dun sa magkapatid. Okay, so next question po. Meron pa po ba tayong question?
I think no more questions na po, Ma'am Hazel.
Yan.
No more questions.
Okay. Meron pa? May follow-up or meron pa habol? Thank you daw from Jamie. Thank you din po for joining. Ayan. Do we have other concerns? Mukhang wala na. Ayan. So again, ito po paulit-ulit po namin pina-flash itong aming helplines para po alam ninyo kung paano kami makokontak, paano nyo kami mai-email, sino ang pwedeng kausapin. So, para po organize din kung ano po yung apelido ninyo, kung ang apelido ay A to C, ang inyong pong enrollment advisor ay si Ms. Hazel. If it is D to L, si Shai. If it is M to R, it's Miss Mia, and S to Z, it's Miss Zia. Okay, so naka-assign na po according to surname ng mga prospective students ang inyong admissions and enrollment advisors para po may makasagot sa inyong mga specific concerns. Okay. Meron pa yatang tanong. How about tuition fee? Malalaman po ba namin yon upon enrollment? Yes po. Actually, kahit hindi pa upon enrollment, pag tinawagan niyo po yung helplines na yan, nag-email kayo sa amin, mabibigyan na kayo namin ng sample computation para po medyo may idea na kayo yung about the cost of education for MCL Senior High School. Yan. So mas maganda po na tanungin niyo po ang aming mga helplines and enrollment advisors para kung merong follow-up questions ay mabilis ding masagot ng mga advisors. Okay, we have another one from Ms. Antoinette. May scholarship program po ba? Yes. We offer scholarships on competitive basis, meaning to say once we are allowed, we will be scheduling a scholarship exam for all who are interested to give it a try to be an MCL scholar, and once na pumasa, mag-qualify dun sa cut-off score, then mabibigyan po ng scholarship benefit yung students. Yan. Thank you, Antoinette, for the question. Okay? May ESC po ba? Pan-enrollment po ba ibabawas? Yes, definitely, Larissa. I think that was what? During the first 20 minutes of our viewpoint session, that I discussed about the education service contracting grantee who are automatically considered for the senior high school voucher. All you have to do is to request a certification from the principal or the registrar of the junior high school na ESC grantee sila, yung bata, and ESC accredited yung school so that we can process the senior high school voucher once PAYAC opens the portal for the senior high school voucher program. Okay, and yes, definitely before na magbayad, once na validated na yung voucher, ay maliles o madededuct na yon sa tuition fee ng mga bata. Okay. May I ask? This is from JG, Hazel, and Mia. Please read the question.
From JG Anido po. May I ask in strand STEM or in STEM strand po, STEM science or STEM math, what is most likely the percentage of these subjects included per semester?
Yan. So let me answer that. Para po may good news po yan para sa mga interesado sa STEM. Kagaya po nung discussion ko kanina about UMS na may specialization, baka po ang natingnan ninyo na information about the STEM ay meron pang STEM Science and STEM Math. For school year 2021-2022, wala na po tayong STEM Science and STEM Math. Isang STEM program na lang po tayo kasi sabi nga po natin, may mga last minute changes yung desisyon ng mga bata. Pagka-enroll ng STEM Math or STEM Science, biglang nare-realize na bakit parang iba ang gusto ko for college. So, yun po. Ang tatanong nyo sa akin na kasunod niyan, so paano yung mga nag-enroll ng STEM Math at STEM Science? Na ang tanong dito ay tungkol sa percentage. Sila ba ay nalugi? Hindi po. Kasi yun namang science at mathematics na additional flavor ng STEM program ng MCL from 2016 to 2020 ay electives. So, ibig sabihin, kahit siya ay STEM M or STEM Science, hindi naman na menos yung bata in terms of the required competencies dahil yung science at math na nakalagay dun sa kanilang program ay supplementary courses lamang. So, anong ibig sabihin? Pagdating niya sa college at siya ay pumunta sa programa o sa kursong engineering, medyo may advantage siya kasi yung calculus, yung algebra courses na tinake niya during senior high school ay mas advanced. Kung siya naman ay pumunta sa paramedical courses or programs, meron na siyang background sa zoology and other science courses na tinake up niya sa MCL Senior High School. Pero for 2020-2021, we'll be offering STEM program only for our new students. And we still guarantee the same academic preparation that will give our students the advantage as they enroll in their preferred STEM-related program in college. Okay. Meron pa ba tayong mga questions? Yeah, this one is from Jan. Mia and Hazel, paki-discuss sa kanila yung ating mga programs.
Okay po. Question po ni Janice Mangiat, ano pa pong available strand in coming senior high school po? So earlier po na-discuss po namin yung mga strands na ino-offer po ni MCL. So we have STEM, ABM, UMS, ICT, and ICT. So, ayan, we have 4 strands po na ino-offer for senior high school.
Yan. So thank you for the question. Yung mga ganyang question, ibig sabihin, interesado talaga yan na mag-enroll. So thank you for joining us and for raising these questions. Okay, so I think that's the last question. So, ito po yung aming mga admissions helplines. I would like to conclude the presentation with my usual way to end the viewpoint session. So at the end of the day, we are all talking about outcomes, and always the constant question is, ano ba yung gusto nating marating ng mga students natin, ng mga anak natin when they graduate. And allow me to present to you this photo of Malayan Colleges Laguna Senior High School's graduation in 2019. Bakit 2019? Kasi wala namang graduation ng 2020 because of the pandemic. So, ito po yung isa sa pinakamalaking graduation ng MCL Senior High School, which is last July 9, 2019, when we had 1,200 plus graduates of the different strands of senior high school. And yung mga bata po ay masayang-masaya because we always treat the senior high school as a waiting shed. Diba? Ito po yung ating stopover before we enter college. And if you are going to ask me, ano ba yung laging secret ingredient for a good high school experience for my son or daughter, and this has something to do with this mantra or this African proverb. Ang sinasabi po ay, it takes a village to raise a child. So, ibig sabihin po, yung milestones and academic achievements ng mga bata, yan po ay itinatakda through a collaborative effort of all members of the community. The school, the family, most especially the parents, yung mga kapatid, relatives, neighbors, the community. So, it takes an entire village to raise a child. Meaning to say, the school can provide the knowledge, skills, and attitude, the nurturing of the knowledge, skills, and attitude while they are in school. But when they go home, when they go back to the respective communities, napaka-importante po yung nurturing na ginagawa sa community, sa family, to supplement what the school offers. And in that note, we are very happy that since 2007, we have a good number of families, of communities who appreciate MCL in nurturing their children. And that is actually what? A milestone, not only for us, but also to the families na natulungan naming ma-improve yung mga buhay and yung mga achievements ng aming mga alumni as they graduate, years after they graduate from Malayan Colleges Laguna. So, they land in good jobs, and sabi nga ng mga employers na nakakausap namin, gusto namin yung mga graduates ng MCL kasi matyaga, masipag, may values, magandang makipag-usap, effective communicators. And those are actually the graduate attributes that we are always proud about Malayan Colleges Laguna alumni. And yan po, meron tayong isang family dito na yung mga anak niyang lalaki, 4, ay graduate po ng Malayan Colleges Laguna. And that's an example, that's a testimony of how the African proverb is very much relevant as we decide for a school kung saan natin dadalahin yung ating mga anak. So, yung paglalagakan po natin ng investment for education ay napaka-importanteng pag-isipan. And at the same time, tanongin din po natin ang ating mga sarili about our readiness to work, to collaborate, and to engage with the school so that we can co-own the success and milestones of our children. Okay? So maraming salamat po for joining Viewpoints for today, April 10, 2021. Sana po ay matapos na ang ECQ so that we can welcome you. We can discuss to you face-to-face here at Malayan Colleges Laguna, Mapua School. And on behalf of our President, Dr. Reynaldo B. Bea, our administrators, our faculty members from the Senior High School, and the students of the Senior High School, sana po ay ma-welcome namin kayo dito sa MCL at sana po ay lagi tayong maging proactive in getting the right information about learning in the new normal. So I am Professor James Ronald Messina. I'm the Senior High School Principal and also the AVP for Academic Services of MCL. And with me, we have Mia and Hazel. Diyan pa kayo? Thank you very much for joining. Meron pa ba kayong parting words sa ating mga participants? Ito yung ating helplines. We are also in Viber. And if you have concerns, scan nyo lang po yung mga QR codes na yan para makuha namin yung consent ninyo na ma-add kayo sa ating Viber and Telegram group. And you can get first-hand information from the admissions office of Malayan Colleges Laguna, Mapua School. So thank you, Hazel and Mia, for co-hosting. Ingat po tayong lahat and good morning sa ating lahat. Our next Viewpoint session will be this afternoon, wherein we will be talking about the Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna. That's MCL's College of Architecture and Engineering. And we'll have the Dean and the Program Chairs of MITL to talk about the college programs, the engineering and architecture programs. And in the next series, we'll have the other colleges and senior high school also. Makikita niyo po ang mga announcement na yan sa ating Facebook page at sa ating website. And for those who are interested to join our My Future, My Digital Choice, we have our schedule on April 24 for senior high school. Ayan. So yung mga interesado po na mag-enroll sa senior high school, bibigyan po namin kayo ng walkthrough about how it is to become a senior high school student at Malayan Colleges Laguna, Mapua School this coming April 24, 2021, 10 a.m., 12 noon. That's virtual. Baka pumunta po kayo dito. Mahuli pa kayo ng barangay. Yan. So virtual po yan. But we commit to have a fully packed learning experience for our participants, for you to experience senior high school education here at MCL. Again, that's April 24, 2021. So again, final na po ito. I'm ending the Viewpoints. Ingat po tayong lahat and magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.